Okay, let's get into this. We're taking a closer look at some recent news today.
Right.
Specifically, we're diving into an article from People magazine about John Brenkus.
Mm-hmm. A name many people probably know.
Definitely. For a lot of you listening, that name likely brings sports science to mind. You know, that groundbreaking work connecting science and, well, sports performance, often pushing the limits.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think given that public image, the focus on peak physical capability, the science, the analysis.
Yeah.
The news itself, as the article lays it out, it hits with a certain, maybe unexpected weight.
Exactly. There's a definite element of surprise, maybe. So our mission here in this deep dive is simple. Go straight to the source, this People article, and really pull out the most important details.
Just the facts as reported.
Precisely. What does the article share about John Brenkus' passing, his reported legacy? We want to give you that key information, the significant points, so you can quickly get a clear picture of what's been reported. So let's jump right into the core of what that article tells us.
All right. Well, the central piece, and it's incredibly sad news, is that the article reports John Brenkus has died. He's identified, of course, as the founder and host of Sports Science.
The Emmy-winning show, yeah. And the article gives specifics that make it even more impactful. It reports his age 54.
Which feels quite young.
It does, and it gives a specific date for his passing. Saturday, May 31st, 2025.
Now, what the source reveals about the cause, this is obviously very difficult. The article states that a statement shared through his official X account indicated he had been, and this is the quote, battling depression.
Right.
And that, tragically, he lost his fight with this terrible illness.
Wow.
That's how the statement reportedly phrased it.
Wow. That specific wording, directly from the statement reported in the article, it feels really significant, doesn't it?
It really does.
Directly addressing a private struggle, behind someone so public.
Yes. And when you look at the context the article provides about his career, it sort of highlights that contrast even more starkly. Well, the People piece lists his major roles.
Yeah.
Co-founder of Base Productions.
Ooh, okay.
Founder of Brinks.tv.
Right.
And then, of course, co-creator and host of Sports Science. All very successful public-facing ventures.
And Sports Science was huge. The article makes sure to highlight that, mentioning it was a 6-time Emmy Award winner.
6 times, yeah. That's major recognition.
And the source gives a bit of history, too, noting it first aired on Fox Sports back in 2007 before it moved over to ESPN.
A familiar show for many sports fans. And circling back to that statement on his X account, what the article quotes, there's also a specific request reported within it. It apparently said his heartbroken family and friends request privacy at this time.
Understandable.
And encourage anyone who is struggling with depression to seek help.
That part right there, encouraging others to get help, even in that moment of grief. That's a really powerful message reported in the article itself.
Absolutely. And the article touches on some immediate reactions, too. It notes that Marcellus Wiley, a colleague from Brinks.tv, the former NFL star.
Oh, right.
He reacted on social media. The article mentions his post that just said, RIP at John Brenkus Straw.
Simple, but shows the immediate impact, the personal connection being reported.
Exactly. And then, importantly, the article wraps up by providing actual specific mental health resources.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it explicitly states, if you or someone you know is struggling, call or text 988, or you can chat online at 988lifeline.org. Available 24/7.
Okay, so pulling these reported details together just from this People article, we have the news of his passing at 54, the reported date of May 31st, 2025, and the cause linked to depression as shared by his family via his X account. What does this picture, as painted by the source, really tell us?
Well, I think what's really striking is the juxtaposition presented in the article. You have this public persona, right?
Yeah.
Someone deeply involved in analyzing peak physical performance, the science of it, on a very popular show.
Right, the measurable, the external.
Exactly. And that sits alongside this reported private battle with a profound internal struggle, depression. The source material really brings that contrast to the forefront.
It really does underscore the layers, doesn't it? You see the Emmys, the analysis of athletic feats, but the article reports this deeply human struggle happening away from the cameras.
And the family's reported decision, to be so explicit about depression in their statement, and to use that moment to encourage others to seek help, that feels particularly noteworthy.
How so?
Well, in the context of the larger conversation about mental health, by reportedly naming it directly like that, they're actively contributing, perhaps, to reducing some of the stigma that unfortunately still surrounds these issues.
That's a great point. and bringing that message straight back to you, the listener. The article includes that 988 helpline info for a reason.
Right.
It directly connects the core message reported in the news, the encouragement to seek help, to immediate practical support. It's a link from the source, right, to help if you or someone you know needs it.
So, just to recap, based purely on what we've drawn from the People article, John Brenkus, famed for sports science, reportedly passed away at 54 on May 31st, 2025. The reported cause was related to a battle with depression, news shared via his official X account.
And in that same reported statement, his family urged others facing similar struggles to seek help.
A message that clearly resonated, as shown by reactions like the one from Marcellus Wiley mentioned in the article, and a message underscored by the source providing those mental health resources like 988.
Understanding these specific reported details matters because it gives you a clear view of the news as it was presented by this source. It highlights that reported contrast, the successful public career versus the private health battle.
Yeah.
And it really emphasizes that powerful reported message from his family about mental health awareness and, crucially, seeking support.
And maybe just a final thought, something for you to consider, based only on what the People article reported. Think about the potential impact of the family's reported choice. Their choice to publicly share that he was battling depression and directly asking others to seek help. How might that specific public statement, as reported, potentially influence someone struggling silently compared to, say, a more general announcement?
That's interesting. Or perhaps ponder that stark contrast the article presents. The world of sports science focused on empirical data, external physical achievement,
For science.
set against the reported internal, deeply human battle with illness. Just something to reflect on, based on the information shared in the source.